This week on Etalk, we talk about airport nightmares, Danielle talks to members of the play Reckless, we take a look at fall fashion, and Bridget sits down with YouTube star Katie Bellotti. Hey everyone, welcome to Etalk, where we bring you everything from LA to Elon. I'm Casey, here with my fellow co-hosts, Bridget and Vaughn. And Elon recently was voted as having one of the best campus food programs in the country, and we got some fan feedback.
Hey talkers, Courtney here. And Elon's been rated one of the best dining halls in the nation, so we're going to ask students what they think about that. So what do you think?
Well, their dining halls are okay. I wouldn't say they're like number one, but they're solid.
So what do you think about that?
I don't really agree with that. I don't know. I don't think Elon's dining halls are that great, but it's not the worst.
So do you think that makes it so that other dining halls are really bad?
I guess so.
So what do you think about that?
I think that the dining halls here really aren't like that terrible, just in comparison to like some other like big schools I've visited. But at the same time, I feel like Elon doesn't really have a ton of like healthy options either.
So what do you all think about this new title? I mean, first most beautiful campus, and now this. What do you guys think?
Oh my gosh, there's that face. You go first because
I think I just don't think it's a well-earned title. I think we may have paid for that
You
title.
think?
I mean, I'm still on this meal plan, and I have no.
Not happy.
No. I mean, it's like, I'm not happy. I'm just like, no. I mean, I've been to other schools where it's better.
Okay.
Like so much better.
You're stuck in.
Am I a food snob?
Yeah, maybe. Like it's a college campus. Come on.
We could do better.
I think we have good food. I think we have really good
My
food.
friend goes to a school where professional chefs like cook for them.
Lakeside, hello.
I mean, no offense to anyone, but
I think that you're just like over it. Like I wish for something new, but you know what? I think if you went to those other places for a few years too,
I
you'd be
just
like
eat
over
at
it there,
downstairs
too.
Needs, like, because I only trust
Then
like the
mix it
boar's
up a little
head
bit. We have
meat.
like 17 billion places to
I
eat
don't-
on campus.
okay.
Do you still eat on campus, Vaughn?
I
Even
do.
as a senior,
I
yeah.
do still eat on campus. Okay, well we're
Over
over
it,
this.
yeah,
I'm gonna
over
shove
it.
some Elon dining in your face later on today. So
Put 'em up.
one thing that I really wanted to talk about, we have some like breaking news here, is the baby news with my little Blake Lively. So we just found out that she is preggers. What do we think about this with Ryan Reynolds' baby?
It's so exciting. I think it's about time. I mean, maybe not. I think we all just wanted them to have a kid, so
Absolutely.
I'm really excited.
I mean, for me, it's like Serena Vanderwoodson having a child really kind of freaks me out a little
It
bit.
is strange.
But yeah.
It's a new chapter in Gossip Girl, but I'll never forget. Ever since I saw like the cover of a magazine with the two of them, I couldn't picture a more beautiful couple.
Yeah.
I know their child is going to be beautiful, and I'm just so mad about it.
I know.
Pissed at them.
As am I, but I think Blake Lively is going to be the most beautiful pregnant woman.
Oh,
she
I
really
agree.
is.
She'll
Another
look great.
baby kind
She'll
of
look
thing
great.
that we've been hearing about lately is this name
Oh, yes.
for Ashton and Mila.
The name is Wyatt Isabel. Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher just had a baby girl recently this past week. And there's some talk about the name, but interestingly enough, before they revealed the name, they released a set of 8 pictures. One of them was an animal. And they said, guess who? This is
just
our new baby.
weird.
I know, they're an interesting couple.
quirky.
But what do you guys think of the name? I mean, it's unique.
I like it. I don't. Wyatt Isabel is like a super cute name.
Yeah,
like
so
it's like
cute.
I like
it's
it
such a
too.
trendy little name, but it's not like too trendy
I'm
where it's like,
in-
hi, I'm Apple
yeah.
Paltrow or like
Yeah,
whatever
God,
or whatever her
don't
last
even get me
name.
started
yeah.
on Apple. We've had our fair share of fights in my day. But yeah, no, I am super into like boy names for baby
Yeah.
girls. My niece's name is Camden. I just think
I
it's
love it.
know,
Oh,
right?
I
So
love that.
I came up with it. But my only thing is
Taking credit.
that this child's name is literally going to be Wyatt Kutcher Kunis. And I don't know if anybody thought about that. but Yes. Kind of gross. I think I'm gonna say an expletive. And then another thing that we really wanted to talk about. Speaking of the kids going along with this theme.
Yeah, the kid theme.
Teresa Giudice, whatever the hell her name is pronounced.
Okay.
Yeah.
Breaking news. Also, she was sentenced 15 months in jail. And I have a quote here. The judge told her that she considered probation, but she feels jail time is necessary because she does not believe Teresa understands and respects the law. So Teresa's husband's also going for 51 months to jail, and they have 4 kids, ages 5 to 13. What do you think about the mother going to jail when,
you know, honestly, first things first, kids without parents in any situation is so sticky. But if the parents are not going to be a good role model for the kids, then they might as well be in jail.
Over
honestly.
it. It's totally their fault.
Yeah, I agree with the judge. I mean, it was fraud. So I'm not a lawyer, judge, whatever.
Right.
Whatever. She can flip her own tables in jail for all I care.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, yeah, that's just a story in and of itself. But anyway, don't go anywhere because up next we talk airport nightmares.
You sure you don't want some? It's chamomile. Listen, you are extremely terrifying. Just the scariest undead subhuman thing on TV, and I really mean that. But I am worried that you could give my kids nightmares if they see you, so I'm gonna have to block you. So that's it. Oh, and tell the zombies they're blocked too.
I've got a job to do today.
I've got a job to do today.
Have a good first day at work, Mom.
Your donations to Goodwill fund job training programs right in your community.
Feels good to start fresh, right?
Sure does.
And like that, you're a job creator.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course.
Welcome back, everyone. With fall break coming up, lots of students will be flying home. So we decided to talk about some of those all too common airport nightmares. So what do you have? What are the craziest, worst stories for us today?
Okay. All right, so this past summer I went to Bermuda, and Bermuda is not too far. You don't think of it maybe as international travel, but I have a family friend who just actually got a house in Bermuda, so my family and I were going, and my mom got them this beautiful plate, and my mom forgot to declare this item, which when bringing a gift you always have to do. So, long story short, we were detained in the Bermuda airport for 6 hours.
Oh my God.
There were dogs, there were drug searches for a plate. So,
did you miss your flight?
No, this was going to. We missed a full beach day. It was gorgeous.
Oh
we
my
were pretty
gosh.
pissed, but also then it was
that
fine.
is a
It was a
nightmare.
nightmare. Yeah, no,
Oh my
mostly
God.
that we missed the beach. But
Yeah, no, total nightmare.
Not
Okay,
fun.
what's your nightmare?
So this takes it back a little farther than last year. 7th and 8th grade, I wore a back brace because I had scoliosis, and my back brace wasn't the typical hard plastic brace that you could knock on somebody's stomach. It was I went to this special doctor in New York, and it was kind of stretchy material, all these ropes kind of around my body, I guess, and they clipped, and there really wasn't anything that would set off a metal detector, because this was kind of back before you put your hands up and it just swung around or whatever. And and they said it's airport friendly, you can go through security with it, but it set off the security alarm, and I was taken into this little back room. I was this awkward little 7th grader with scoliosis.
Yeah, because 7th grade is
do I look like I'm a threat? And they made me take off my shirt, and they wiped my brace down, and
Oh my God.
I was crying because
just
this little
violated, right?
I was 12. I don't know.
Oh, that's a hard time.
I wasn't.
Oh my God.
Still, yeah.
Sorry.
So,
Are you okay?
Yeah, right. It's traumatizing.
Yeah.
So what about you?
Mine was all my fault. It wasn't even the TSA or anything. It was senior year of high school. I had gone to France by myself, and I lived with a host family for a few weeks. And on my last night, I was going actually to a hotel outside of the airport because it was just too far for my family to drive me too early in the morning. And so I took a train. I lived about an hour outside the city, and I had to take a train ride into Paris from my host family's house with all of my luggage. I do not pack light ever in my life. And then I had to bum 10 cents off someone because I didn't have quite enough money to pay for my metro ticket. I had to go from the train to the metro to the RER. I got to the airport. I took the wrong bus to the wrong hotel. They told me they didn't have my reservation. It's 10 o'clock at night, Paris time. And so then I'm sitting there and I'm like, no, I have a reservation. And they're like, no, you have to go back. So the bus drops me off at the wrong terminal at the hotel, at the airport, and I had to take another train to go to a different terminal.
Stressed out.
I don't speak French. I call my dad absolutely crying. I'm trying to keep it together, but I'm crying. It's 2 in the morning our time, and I'm calling my dad and I'm like, I don't know what to do. I can't find my hotel. And he was like, just use the emergency money I gave you and get a taxi. And I had a long moment on the phone. I was like, I spent it all on chocolate. So lesson learned. Emergency money means actual emergency.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Save it.
I ended up finding my hotel and it was fine, but there were a few moments too, in the dark in the kind of sketchy suburbs of Paris where I was like, this is where taken happens.
I can't even compare to any of these stories, but I frequently fly back and forth to school and between delays, it gets delayed once, delayed twice, delayed 6 times, canceled. I can't tell you how many times it's happened to me. You'd think that they would really just figure it out, or maybe we could figure it out, or
it's one of the businesses with where people absolutely hate the airline business, but obviously everyone keeps going back.
Oh, I know, right?
It's one of the few
no
businesses everyone can hate. Yeah.
Well, thank you, girls, for being here. Safe travels to everyone venturing away from Elon this fall break. Up next, Danielle sat down with students involved in Elon's production of Reckless. Don't go anywhere.
I've got a job to do today.
I've got a job to do today.
Have a good first day at work, Mom.
Your donations to Goodwill fund job training programs right in your community.
Feels good to start fresh, right?
Sure does.
And like that, you're a job creator.
This is your computer. Let's go on the internet.
Let's go. Okay. She's gonna love me all over again. Now,
Jamaica, here you come.
here we go.
Good job.
Hi, E-Talkers. Danielle here. I'm sitting down with Danielle Basirico, the stage manager of Elon's fall production of Reckless. So, Danielle, can you tell us a little bit more about Reckless and what the play is about?
Sure. So it's about a woman's journey throughout her life. She starts as a young mom, and we follow her for several years. And it's kind of hard to explain. She goes on a lot of adventures. She has a lot of kind of mishaps happen in her life, but she's really just trying to find who she is and where she wants to be and how she can give back and help people. And in the end, I would say that she's successful in this journey. So we meet her and all the people that kind of come into her life throughout these several years. And it's really interesting. It also kind of has a Christmas theme, so we usually see her every year at Christmas and where she's been for the last year. So that's nice. It's fun because it's only October, but it's kind of getting everyone in the Christmas spirit.
Yeah, exactly. So can you tell me a little bit more about what you do specifically for the show as stage manager?
Yeah, so I'm the stage manager, and so I have attended all the rehearsals. I was there from auditions to closing night, and so throughout the rehearsals, I help, I write down all the blocking, I keep time, I help with scheduling and sending out emails to the cast, the crew, the production team. I plan production meetings every week, so we meet, the whole production team will meet and kind of discuss where we're at with design, with scenic, lights, costumes, everything, so we're just updated and all on the same page, and we can brainstorm solutions to any problems. And then during the show, I call the light and sound cues and keep track of the crew and what they're doing. So
You're the wizard behind the curtain up in the boxes.
A little bit, yeah. It's a lot of fun, but there's a lot of responsibilities that go along with it.
And are there a lot of students working? I mean, I know students are acting in the show, but are there a lot of students like you working in different parts, or is it a lot of faculty or both?
Yeah, the fun thing about the fall play is that we try to keep this slot open for student designers. So the scenic designer, the lighting designer, and the costume designer are all seniors at Elon.
Wow,
just
yeah.
like me. So it's been really fun to work with them because they're my peers, they're my classmates, and we've all, gotten to act as real professionals along with, a professor that's a director, a professor that's a sound designer, a professor that's props masters. So it's a really nice mix on the production team, and I think we've all grown a lot from it.
Great. And can you tell me just some of the challenges that you might have faced throughout this production?
I mean, there's always challenges throughout these productions as stage manager. Honestly, the biggest challenge always is finding a time for the production team to meet for production meetings because we are all so
classic Elon, everyone's overscheduled.
Yeah. And it's nice because the actors know that once they're cast in a show, they pretty much have to clear every night. So rehearsals are never a problem to book, but other meetings are. But this cast has been so amazing. They've probably done 95% of my job for me.
Wow.
I never have to call anyone because they're late. I never have to remind anyone to look at their lines because they're not off book yet. So it's just been a really delightful experience.
And you have a small cast, right?
Yeah, so there's 8 people in the cast, but we have a full understudy cast as well. So at rehearsals it didn't feel small because the understudies were there most of the time, and we'd switch sometimes. The understudies would watch the actors or watch the principals do all their blocking, and then they would flip, and the understudies would get a chance to do it. So it hasn't really felt small until this week when the understudies, they come to every rehearsal and check in with their principal and make sure everyone's healthy and safe and okay, and then they get to leave. And they can't go out of a 10-minute range of the theater in case there is an emergency and we do need them to step in for Act 2. But so it's interesting because like last night I went to the dressing room and was like, I feel like no one's here. But there are 8 people in the cast, so.
Wow, all right. And so the show opened last night. Can you just tell us when we can all catch a showing of it?
Yeah, so we have 8 performances. One has already passed. We have one tonight, Friday, 2 on Saturday, a matinee on Sunday, and then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I know my days of the week. And we close Wednesday night. So I actually believe a few of the performances are sold out, but there's always a line that you can wait in case someone who's made a reservation doesn't show up.
Great, thank you so much for talking to me, Danielle. So everyone should catch Reckless in the Black Box Theater here at Elon.
I'm one unlucky guy. The chance of being involved in a robbery is 1 in 757. The chances of being struck by lightning. 1 in 750,000.
Please fasten your seatbelts for unexpected turbulence.
The chances of being a victim in an airline crash? 1 in 29 million. Hey, could I get some peanuts? The chances of being involved in a car crash are far greater than lightning strikes and plane crashes. And if you are texting while driving, your risk of crash increases 23 times. Now, I may be an unlucky guy, but I don't have to be part of that statistic, and neither do you. Drive responsibly.
RBIs and 36 homers. Swings at the first pitch and fouls it deep back into the stands.
Chill raw and prepared foods promptly. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
We're back and here with our fashion expert, Kathleen. Kathleen, tell us a little bit about what trends you're seeing for the fall.
Okay, so there have been a lot of really fun trends going on this season, from Milan and Paris and New York. The street style and the runways have been bustling with a lot of cool new things going on, and some really different things. Some new things, some edgy things, and we're seeing a lot of leather, a lot of military. Really, this season is all about texture and kind of using that texture in interesting ways. So we're going to bring out our first model, Emmy, and she is modeling some military pieces here.
Love it. I do too.
This, first of all, the vest is huge right now.
Really?
Sleeveless trench coats are really big. Anything without a sleeve is great for fall because it gives you the warmth, but you still can kind of move around and it's not too warm, it doesn't bog you down. And the color here, the olive green, kind of the musty tones, those military shades
I love those
are
colors.
so flattering, and they're neutral, and they go with everything. So this is a great kind of a military look, but not military all the way. You don't have to do camo to be military and to be on trend, which really works well. And got little booties and the skinny jeans.
I like how you put it together. It looks
Yeah,
great.
it looks really chic and clean. Love it.
Thank you, Emmy.
Good luck.
And so another thing, fall is all about layers, always. You want to stay warm, you want to also stay cool when the afternoon hits and the sun's in the air. So layers have always been a big part of fall, but this season, people are really getting experimental with their layers, and they're kind of doing different things. We're gonna bring out our next model, Madison, and see how she puts a sweater over a dress, and you can also do vice versa. If you have a collar, like a Peter Pan collar sweater, then you can put it underneath, maybe a shift dress, a sleeveless dress like that. So people are kind of going out of the box with their layers, which is really fun. I love how the collar, it sticks out there, and she has a sweater, and it almost looks like a blouse with a matching skirt, which is really cute.
And I like the floral with the donut.
Yes,
I know.
pattern play.
Kind of like you wouldn't, think that it matches, but it really goes together very well.
It does. And the knee socks, that's also really big. Instead of wearing tights, you can just throw on some knee socks to kind of switch it up a little bit. They still keep you warm, but it's a little bit of a different look, which is fun. It's kind of a schoolgirl thing, but in a modern way.
Super cute.
And then our the last look I'm going to show you today features leather. Now, leather has really been in the market and on the runways for about a year now. But instead of just incorporating, a leather jacket or something like that in your order, which is great, also a lot of designers are incorporating leather in the small little details. Even on my dress, the collar is leather. The bottom paneling is leather. So it's all about those small details. We're going to have Alyssa come out, and she is modeling a beautiful leather jacket.
I love that color.
And it's not the typical black, which is pretty great. She has the brown color, which goes with a lot. Or is it wine? It's kind of a winey Oxford blood, which is really nice. It goes with a lot, like I said. And then the maxi skirt. That's another key piece that I think every woman should have in her wardrobe. Yes. There's the mini skirt, the midi skirt, which also has been huge, and then the maxi. And maxi's perfect for fall. I like to think of it as a warm blanket, kind of wrapped around you.
And it breaks up the leather on her boots from her jacket, so it's not like, I'm a biker chick with all this leather on, but it breaks it up. It's such a great look for fall.
Exactly. I love it. I love it. And the necklace too, a nice statement necklace, if you're gonna dress a little plainer, is always a good option if you're just gonna have a white V-neck like you are here. And again, the leather, you can't look edgier or cooler. I mean, that's just how it goes. You throw on a pair of aviators and you're gonna be the trendiest girl on campus.
No, I completely agree. I love also how there are neutrals, but then you can still incorporate the bright colors, because I always worry come change of season, I don't really know what to expect, what I see in the magazines, etc. But I like all of those for sure.
Yeah, I really look at street style. When I'm looking, instead of turning to Vogue or something like that, I like to look at blogs and street style, because that's something that I actually wear. I'm not going to be wearing couture to class or anything like that.
Right, exactly. If you're walking around campus or going out shopping,
you want to be functional and
definitely
versatile.
the best.
Yeah. Exactly.
Well, thank you so much, Kathleen. I'm definitely excited for all these looks for fall. Stay tuned, because up next, I sit down with YouTube star and Elon student, Katie Bellotti.
The next 30 seconds can save you a lot of money. Just do your laundry in cold and stick to full loads. Auto-sleep your computers. Plug your gadgets in a power strip and switch it off when you're done. Headed out? Turn back your thermostat by 10 degrees. And drive sensibly. The more energy you save, the more money you save. Find other great tips at energysaver.gov.
If you drive buzzed, it could cost you around $10,000. You'll face major legal fees, major fines, and steep insurance penalties. You could lose everything. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Take a look under your bed. Find stuff under there? What about jobs? No? Now try your closet. Still no jobs, just more stuff? Well, you really have both. See, stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed? That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you were looking for? Those are really needed. And they're the stuff inside your stuff. Our job is to unlock those jobs. And it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth parting with the leftover keytar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs.
This is your computer. Let's go on the internet.
Let's go. Okay. She's gonna love me all over again.
Jamaica, here you come.
Here we go.
Good job.
Welcome back. I'm here with Katie Bellotti, an Elon student who happens to be a YouTube star. So Katie, I've watched your videos, and not only do you give these wonderful tips, but you're yourself. You can just tell you're this genuine girl who just loves to inspire people. So thank you for that. But really, I just want to know how you got started and when you did.
Gosh, well, I've been doing this YouTube thing for 5 years. I've been talking to a camera in my bedroom. And it all started in 8th grade. And I can probably speak for everyone when I say that middle school was a rough time. Yeah. So I don't know, I just found myself making these videos, and I'm like, what better way to get started than just show the world on YouTube? So
absolutely. So once you did get started, what were the things that came of it? What did you start to notice when people started following you, etc.?
Well, to date, I have about 280,000 followers, which I still cannot grasp. But I've noticed that I can make a change in the world, which is kind of crazy to say, but in small ways, I'm seeing an impact from my videos. And not to mention I'm getting so many amazing opportunities from it that I can see transferring to my career eventually. So overall, so glad I did it. Best
so
decision.
Is this essentially what you could see yourself doing?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes?
Yeah, and I'm hoping Elon can help me figure out the rest.
Yeah, definitely. And since you got to Elon, has it been challenging to keep up with it?
Absolutely. I'm used to, having the freedom of having a lot of time to make videos, but here I'm jetting between classes, and I'm involved with all these clubs, and I'm still trying to make a video a week, which is proving difficult, but if it wasn't difficult, it wouldn't be worth it. So
now my question is, for anyone who's writing, who's producing videos, how do you constantly think of ideas for content? Is it based on your viewers, or is it just your personal creativity? What is it?
I'd say a little bit of both. I definitely take a lot of inspiration from my viewers. I directly ask them. I tweet, hey guys, what do you want to see today? But for the most part, it's just the videos that I would personally like to see, I film. So.
Oh, that's wonderful. And then I definitely want to know, what are some of the challenges you've come across just throughout the past 5 years?
I would say not being repetitive, because with time there's so many videos that I have to think, oh, have I filmed this before? Because I have over 600 videos on the internet, so that's definitely challenging. And also just, I don't know, coming up with ideas, like I said, is pretty hard. So.
No, I mean, I'm so impressed. It's hard enough as a college student to arrive to Elon, but then to continue something that you've had such a strong foundation for the past 5 years, I'm so impressed with that. So I guess if you were to say your dream job, what exactly would it be? Would it have anything to do with that?
That's a good question. Well, I'm in the StratCom program here at Elon.
Okay.
I'm looking to pursue that. So, I mean, I love people and I love making videos.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping somehow I can mesh the two, but maybe PR, I could see myself in a city somewhere, but at the moment I'm just trying to figure it out.
Oh, I'm so impressed. And what incredible opportunities have you had from this?
Well, actually, just a week or two ago, I went to the Hamptons in New York, and I filmed a photo shoot for Keds shoes. And I actually sat in the same chair Taylor Swift sat in 24 hours prior, and I was like fangirling like crazy.
I bet.
But you know, that among, I've done a photo shoot with L'Oreal Cosmetics, which is amazing. Just so many things, and it's amazing because I'm meeting so many people that I could possibly have internships with. Like I'm making contacts, which I'm like so blessed and so thankful for that. It's amazing.
Oh, absolutely, Katie. I think it really comes down to the connections and the wonderful experiences you've had. Well, thank you so much for joining us, and be sure to check out Katie's channel. That's all the time we have for tonight, but be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Until next time, this is Etalk.